My name is Dragana and I'm a clinical pharmacist and probiotic expert. I will be taking you through some informational videos on the topic of probiotics. These videos are made in collaboration with the Canadian Digestive Health Foundation. In this next video, we will be busting some myths and addressing your burning questions about probiotics. When talking about probiotics, here are some of the myths or preconceived ideas I hear very often in my practice. People tell me they are all the same. It doesn't matter which one you take. You need to keep them in the fridge, they are better. More expensive usually means better quality. And of course, more of anything or something is always better. And finally, and mostly incorrect, is they do not work. Just going back to the official definition of probiotics that is listed here. Probiotics are live microorganisms that, when administered in adequate amounts, will provide a health benefit on the host. Or in the simplest terms, probiotics are good bugs that are meant to help us when we are taking them for as long as we are taking them. And those friendly microbes help us digest food, maintain health, and fight disease. One of the first myths is the cure-all myth, or a myth that all probiotics are the same, so you can take any probiotic to get the effect. The truth is, probiotics are extremely diverse, and different strains of bacteria, even when they belong to the same family or species, can have different benefits. As an example, you wouldn't walk into the pharmacy and ask for drugs. You would ask for something for headache, or something for blood pressure, or something for my diabetes. While these medications are all called drugs, they have specific names and specific uses. The same thing goes for probiotics. The next myth is the numbers myth. The more the merrier. The more strains, the better the probiotic. More is not always necessarily better. Just because a probiotic supplement lists, 9, 12, 20 strains of bacteria in it, it doesn't mean that these bacteria will really play well with each other, or they will work to give you the desired effect. In fact, many of the proven probiotic products actually contain a single strain of bacteria. Another persistent myth is that the higher the dose of probiotic, the better effect can be expected. The truth is that more billions in a product is not necessarily meaning that the product is more effective, and research has shown that lower strength probiotics can work just as well as higher strength ones. It all depends on a specific strain and the reason for taking these probiotics. A very outdated myth says that the best probiotics are kept in a fridge, and I do hear this very often from my patients. This is not necessarily true, as the stability of the probiotic really depends on the strain that is in the product. Some probiotic strains do need to be kept in a fridge, and others are stable at room temperature. Storage has no bearing on how effective they are. My patient asked me, should I buy the most expensive probiotic? The cost of a probiotic does not guarantee quality or potency. Strain-specific and branded probiotics often have extensive research to support the efficacy of the strain, and they tend to be more expensive than store brands or generic probiotics that really have no evidence for efficacy. However, Using the price only to guide your decision when choosing a probiotic doesn't necessarily mean that would be the best probiotic for you. I also hear very often, if I eat well, I really do not need probiotics. And while fermented foods like kefir or sauerkraut and miso are beneficial for general health, the effects of these foods cannot easily be compared to standardized and strong probiotic supplements that will provide health benefit and be used as therapy. So recently in headlines, we have seen that probiotics do not work and they can be dangerous, etc. Before you get alarmed and flush your precious probiotics down the toilet, let's take a moment to pause. Sensational headlines can be very eye-catching. However, there are decades of extensive research supporting the use of carefully selected probiotics in the treatment of health issues. It is all a matter of choosing the right probiotic for the right reason. So if you have to remember anything from this video, these are some things to consider. Probiotics are diverse. You have to get specific. More CFUs or billions in a product does not mean it's going to be stronger probiotic. More strains does not mean it's going to be more effective. And do not go by the price only to determine if something is the best for you. The bottom line, you have to choose the right probiotic for the right reason. One size does not fit all.